One-liner in English. 1. Steel contains 0.1 to 2% carbon. 2. The component of air used in the respiratory process is oxygen. 3. The main role of salts in food is to make a small amount of hydrochloric acid which helps in digestion of food. 4. The most commonly used metal by humans is iron. 5. The main component of cow dung gas is methane. 6. The best fertilizer for plants is compost. 7. The pH of aqueous solution of hydrochloric acid can be approximately 2.8. The highest element found in rocks and minerals is silicon. 9. The gas used to extinguish the fire is carbon dioxide. 10. The aqueous solution of which gas has a strong acidic property, sulfur dioxide. 11. The industrial production of aluminum from bauxite is by industrial process, electrical decomposition. 12. Hydrogen is made up of acids, hydrogen, and elements, chlorine. 13. The commercial utility of ethylene and styrene is due to their potential polymerization. 14. The compound that does not form a clean solution with water is benzoic acid. 15. Pure alcohol from Sura can be obtained from this process, distillation. 16. The highest amount of substance found in ocean water is ordinary salt. 17. The gas produced by the fermentation of a sugar solution is carbon dioxide. 18. The pH of an aqueous solution of acetic acid is 2. What will be added to it will increase its pH value. Aqueous ammonia. 19. Natural substance, which is made up of only one element and from which energy can be obtained. Coal. 20. Water is often not used to extinguish petrol fires because water and petrol are inseparable. Petrol forms a layer on the surface of water. 21. Industrial is a group of substances made by electrical decomposition, caustic soda, chlorine, aluminum. 22. The gas that pollutes the environment is sulfur dioxide. 23. The most important compounds for plant growth are made of nitrogen. 24. How the compound made by heating caustic soda solution with flaxseed oil is used. Soap. 25. Sulfur dioxide and oxygen are 2 gases used in the industrial production of sulfuric acid. 26. By what method can pure water be obtained from the oceans? Distillation. 27. In which process normal salts are obtained from sea water? Evaporation. 28. What happens in the white layer that accumulates on the heating element of the electrical equipment used to boil hard water? Calcium and magnesium salts. 29. Which is the common salt? Sodium chloride. 30. After passing through the rocks, what becomes hard by dissolving in water? Calcium carbonate. 31. What is the chemical name of baking soda? Sodium bicarbonate. 32. Phenomenon used in the process of dialysis given to patients of diseased kidneys. 33. There is a mixture of gunpowder nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal. 34. Reagent is the color bleaching reagent, sulfur dioxide. 35. The process of heating a solid object directly into gaseous form is called sublimation. 36. Silver halides are used in photography plates because they are colorless. 37. Do not sleep near or under trees at night because trees leave at night. Carbon dioxide. 38. Quartz glass is a pure crystalline form of silica for passing ultraviolet rays in scientific instruments. 39. The gas used to cook green fruits is ethylene. 40. The primary gold purity is 24 karat. 41. Cipacil is a tranquilizer. 42. Chloroquine is a compound that acts as an anti-malarial drug. 43. The first metal used by humans was copper. 44. The most malleable metal is gold. 45. The industrial process of artificially producing gasoline is called Fischer-Tropsch process. 46. The water of the rivers is hardened by rainwater because they contain calcium and magnesium salts. 47. The pH of human blood is approximately 7.5. 48. Human beings working in asbestos factories become victims of air pollution. The most affected part of their body is the lungs. 49. Dialysis is done on patients who have renal disorders. 50. Indian Central Drug Research Institute is located in Lucknow. 51. The nature of saliva is acidic. 52. An object that can be identified by soft X-ray, fake coins with real coins. 53. The paper can be developed from old fingerprints, ninhydrin solution, H2O2. 54. The maximum concentration of alcohol does not harm the powers of the human body. 0.9%. 55. Anemia is caused due to lack of anemia in the body. Iron. 56. The best way to sterilize the hypodermic syringe is to give the drug by the vaccine in the body, leaving it in the alcohol for a short time. 57. Gramin is the most suitable and inexpensive means for electrification and home cooking. Biogas. 58. Amongst the substances used as explosives, TNT. 59. Difference between explosion and combustion. In case of explosion, the pressure in the delimited area increases rapidly, but nothing like this happens during combustion. 60. Indian Science Congress Association organizes sessions every year. 61. Fluorescent tubes are commonly used substances. Mercury vapor and argon. 62. Commonly used medicine for typhoid is chloromycetin. 63. Ozone is important for mankind as it forms a protective cover to prevent ultraviolet rays. 64. Substances related to diseases in the human system. Antibody. 65. The order of places in India where copper, gold, iron, and coal are found is as follows: Ketdi, Kola, Kudramak, Jeria. 66. The most abundant source of iron is green vegetables. 67. Which vitamins cannot work in the system of human body provide energy. 68. Runners are given for instantaneous power. Glucose. 69. The maximum perishable substance while cooking food is vitamin 70. Due to which the dough is puffed up in making bread, the reduction action of carbon dioxide formed during the fermentation process. 71. Which element is essentially in all acids? Hydrogen. 72. In all wells, oil, water, and gas are in this ascending order: water, oil, gas. 73. Drinking soda is acidic by nature. 74. Drugs that prevent infection and weathering are called antiseptic. 75. The process of separating compounds from mixtures in a specific way is called refining. 76. Name of the branch of chemical related to the study of living systems is organic chemistry. 77. How does anhydrous calcium chloride work? Dehydrating agent. 78. Cholesterol is a fat alcohol found in living organisms. 79. The substance that cleans dust and grease from the surface is called harmful. 80. To promote fusion, melting, a substance mixed with metals is flux. 81. Water that is not foam from Tasani is called hard water. 82. Inert gases are not chemically reactive. 83. Linseed cake is useful in feeding animals. 84. Magnesia is the main use, mild laxative. 85. To make ethyl alcohol unsuitable for drinking, what is added to it? Methyl alcohol. 86. DNA. What is the unit in deoxyribose? 87. The main component of tobacco is nicotine. 88. The metals to be mixed in gold while making jewelry are copper. 89. Who makes utensils for containing strong acids? Glass. 90. The branch of a chemical used to find the actual quantity of substances is called analytical chemicals. 91. The point at which solid, liquid, and gaseous forms of a substance coexist is called the triple point. 92. Who has been given the name antibody? Substances produced in the blood that inhibit or destroy the invasion of harmful bacteria. 93. The process of expulsion of water from any system is called dehydration. 94. Riboflavin, vitamin. 95. The worst air pollution is from carbon monoxide. 96. National Chemical Laboratory, NCL, is located in Pune. 97. In which substance maximum amount of nitrogen is found? Urea. 98. Sweat contains water, salts, and waste matter. 99. Soda bicarbonate is useful in extinguishing a fire because it decomposes into carbon dioxide when heated. 100. Pair of organic bases in natural nucleic acids which are related to hydrogen bonding aid 9 and thiamine 101. Dung gas mainly consists of methane. 102. Iron heavy water hydrogen is deuterium instead. 103. Industrial production of polythene is done by polymerization, ethylene. 104. PVC in plastics industry. What is the term used for? Polyvinyl chloride. 105. How many isotopes of hydrogen are? 3. 106. Which metal is used in electromagnets? Soft iron. 107. Stainless steel is used to make metals, chromium and steel. 108. 1 gram atom of iron means 55.8 atomic mass unit. 109. The reason for the difference in isotopes of an element is due to the difference in their number, neutron. 110. The name of the medicine given to prevent infectious diseases is sulfathiazole. 111. A substance that can be deformed forever by heat and pressure is called thermostat. 112. Contact process involves the reaction of converting sulfur dioxide into sulfur trioxide, exothermic. 113. The largest component of atmospheric air is nitrogen. 114. Whose acetylation can heroin be made from morphine? 115. An example of a natural fungicide is Viron. 116. The oldest pesticide is nicotine. 117. The carbonic solvent resulting from distillation of wood is acetone, methanol. 118. Chemically insulin. Peptide. 119. Processes that are used to make artificial enzymes, genetic engineering, synthesis of crown ethan. 120. Aluminum perchlorate is used in hybrid propellant. 121. Chemically water is an oxide. 122. A commonly used alcohol to make a detergent is lauryl alcohol. 123. Flint is in glass, lead chromate. 124. The term exclusion is related to the theory propounded by which scientist, Pauli 125. This process is often adopted in the separation of hydrocarbons found in petroleum-efficient distillation 126. Common bacterial ointment is the yellow solid material used in the bandage iodoform 127. Raspberry form is white spiritite, a mixture of petroleum hydrocarbons. 128. Sodium is a binary compound, sodium nitrate 129. In the treatment of some specific types of antibiotic, which is called mitomycin, cancer is used. 130. The reason for water being unusually high is that of hydrogen sulfide or hydrogen chloride hydrogen bonding. 131. The process of separating the components of a mixture using the boiling point of variation of the components of a mixture is called Prabaji distillation. 132. The term copper demon was used to denote which metallic element? Nickel 133. Aqua regia is a mixture of HCl and NHO3. 134. Chemicals used as simple disinfectants and as component of contraceptive are paraformaldehyde. 135. Coke production from bituminous coal is of the following process: breaking distillation 136. Insulin controls blood sugar levels 137. Interferon inhibits Kiss virus 138. Industrial production of important hormones somatostatin and somatotropin is done by recombinant DNA technology 139. Enzymes used in organic synthesis are mainly extracted from a microbial source. 140. Which are the main components of the chosen stone mineral calcium carbonate 141. The pH of an acidic solution can be 3, 142. Who is more likely to get cancer? Oil refinery, heavy water, X-rays, dyes and paints 143. Photochemical smog is the product of smog, peroxyacetic nitrate, ozone. 144. What is plentiful in petron crop, petra crop, plants, hydrocarbons, proteins 145. The famous miracle drug for Kaiser, Texel is extracted from which tree? U. 146. The long form of the periodic table as a function of which is based on element properties, atomic number 147. Iron has a valency in ferric oxide +3 148. The atomic number of an element is the number of proton in the nucleus. 149. Displays the properties of an element, atomic number 150. In which the atomic weight of an element is expressed as AMU. 151. The first classification of elements was done, Newland 152. Energy is emitted from the sun, from nuclear fusion. 153. The number of electrons in an atom of atomic number Z and mass number A is Z154. Hydrogen has a tendency to get the configuration of helium by taking an electron, similar to this trend, from halogen 155. Whereas Vikram Sarabhai by Space Center, Thiruvananthapuram 156. There are two elements in which the number of electrons are different but whose mass number is the same is called the isobaric. 157. What are 30Si14, 31P15, 32S16 isotones? 158. Which isotope of uranium has the ability to continue the chain reaction occurring in a nuclear reactor? U-235 159. The four chars in diamond are tethered to each other, tetrahedral 160. Thiacal rubber, synthetic rubber 161. Which gas smells of eggs? H2S. 162. Which allotropes of carbon occur in a solid three-dimensional structure? Diamond 163. The volume of a certain mass of a gas at 273 ultimate temperature is 25 milliliters. If the pressure is kept constant, the volume of the mass of the same gas at 546 ultimate temperature will be 50 milliliters. 164. Which gas cover absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun? Ozone 165. The amount of oxygen that can be obtained from 90 kilograms of water is 80 kilograms. 166. Producer gas is used as a source of fuel and nitrogen. These gases are obtained when steam is passed over the coke. 167. Which gases are used to make soda water? CO2 168. Hydrogen gases are commonly prepared. Hydrogen gases are prepared by the reaction of pure zinc with dilute H2SO4. 169. By reducing the temperature, all the gases will occupy zero volume. 2730 C 170. Under what conditions does the Bale rule apply? Fixed temperature 171. Which of the following is estimated by checking the pollution of motor cars at service stations? Lead and carbon particles 172. Two balloons are filled with the same gram atoms as hydrogen and helium, both have holes of the same size. First of all, which balloon will be compressed? Hydrogen-filled balloon 173.1 mole is equal to 6 by 2310 174. The number of moles in 44.8 liters of CO2 on N.T.P is 2 175. The temperature of a gas increases during its pressure. 176.176, tubes are mainly filled with gas, mercury vapor and argon. 177, commonly used flame in gas welding are neutral, oxidized, carburetic 178. How many electrons are in the outermost chamber of inert gas atoms? 8 179. Which gas makes lime water white? CO2 180. When an air-filled tire bursts, the air released will be cold. 181, carbon dioxide gas comes out of whose burning diamond? 182. Due to the greenhouse effect, the warming of the Earth's atmosphere, which is due to infrared rays? 183. Who is widely used in unconsciousness? Chloroform. 184, which gas is used to kill bacteria? Chlorine. 185. The most common element in all amylo hydrogen. 186. Common gas equations are PV equals nRT. 187. The constituent gases of air are generally nitrogen and oxygen. 188. Acid rain is mainly due to which gas? SO2. 189. Steam flow on red hot coke is obtained by burning water gas. 190. What causes temporary hardness of water? Calcium bicarbonate. 191. The temporary hardness of water can be corrected by using CaOH2. 192. The raw materials used in the salvage process for the manufacture of sodium carbonate include ammonia and carbon dioxide. 193. Reaction of carbon monoxide to H2 at 3000 C is made methane. 194. Plaster of Paris, CaSO 4.12H2O. 195. Aqua regia is a mixture of HCl and HNO3. 196. An element forms compounds containing the formula XCl3X2O5 and Ca3X2, but does not form XCl5, which element may be X. and 197. The basic principle used in the manufacture of a match is phosphorus. 198. Global warming conditions arise from the intensity of which gas in the atmosphere? Hydrogen. 199. Calcium carbide is formed by pouring water on acetylene. 200. Aluminum oxide, neutral oxide. 201. What is the process of corrosion of a metal when it comes in contact with any chemical and oxygen? Oxidation. 202. Alkaline water decomposition of oils and fats gives soap and glycerol. 203. Water that rubs with soap quickly and gives more foam, soft water. 204. Urea nitrogen fertilizer. 205. White phosphorus is kept in water. 206. A small pouch of silica gel is kept in medicine vials containing muffins or capsules to absorb moisture. 207. By which process metals are heated? Conduction. 208. What is the use of Vartier furnace for? Reduction. 209. The electroplate is always made, and the metal to be mounted on it is always made. Cathode, anode. 210. From whom can mercury be easily obtained? Cinnabar. 211. Fuse wire is made of lead and tin. 212. Which metal star can easily be drawn? Copper. 213. Resides in amalgam. Hg. 214. Bessemer process is made of steel. 215. Thermic welding is a type of fusion welding. 216. What is a strategic metal? Titanium. 217. More than 80% welding capacity. Arc welding. 218. The first synthetic fiber created by Monov was nylon. 219. Silicon carbide is used to cut valuable hard objects. 220. Who measures are used to measure hardness. 221. Feldspar ores, aluminum. 222. A metal often assumes superconductivity at cryogenic temperatures. 223. Which are the fuels of the future? Hydrogen. 224. Complete conversion of glucose to carbon dioxide in the presence of oxygen and release of energy in water is called air respiration. 225. Alloys made of stitch, glass and tin. 226. Major constituents of Portland cement include lime, silica, and alumina. 227. How much carbon is in steel? 0.25 to 1.5%. 228. To increase the protection resistance of steel it is added to chromium. 229. CaOCl2 is the chemical formula for a compound commonly known as bleaching powder. 230. What is the nature of metal? Neutral. 231. Hematite or of Fe. 232. Which is the purest type of coal? Anthracite. 233. Stainless steel, chromium, iron, nickel, and carbon. 234. What is gunpowder? It is a mixture of potassium nitrate and carbon and sulfur. 235. Who is extracted from commercial Vaseline, petroleum. 236. Pyrex glass is mainly heat-resistant glass. 237. Dichlorodifluoromethane is found in the market by which name? Freon. 12. 238. Whose common name is washing soda, sodium carbonate. 239. Nowadays the density of CO2 in the atmosphere is approximately 360 in ppm. 240. Which substance is used in storage battery? Lead. 241. Steel is increased to provide hardness. The amount of carbon. 242. The common element of all acids is hydrogen. 243. Sun has nuclear fuel, hydrogen. 244. Which use is done to remove permanent salinity of water due to sulfate of metals, zeolites 245. The bases of 4 identical kettles are made of different metals of the same thickness, which contain the same amount of water. If these kettles are kept on the same fire, heat, in the same manner, then water is the first metal of which boiled in a made kettle, the copper. 246. Which metal is the best conductor of electricity? Silver 247. When steel is dried red hot and cooled slowly, this process is called annealing 248. Which element is used in domestic refrigerator Freon 249? The most suitable refrigerant for a commercial ice plant is NH3. 250, which is used as an antifreeze in automobile engines ethylene glycol 251. For what purpose is lube oil used in diesel engines? To reduce friction, to cool the engine. 252, sodium thiosulfate is used in photography to remove unsolicited silver. 253, what is contained in the Allogel pill used to reduce acidity? Aluminum hydroxide 254. The components of quartz are silicon and oxygen. 255, the molecules of which substance have the same type of atoms, oxygen 256. Friction can be increased by rough surfaces. 257. Crystalline from the chemical point of view SiO2 258. Which configuration represents an excellent gas 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 259. If the pressure on a fluid increases, its boiling point increases. 260. The inner surface of food containers is made of tin and not in zinc, because zinc is more functional than tin. 261. Application of alum on the wound stops bleeding, because the alum makes the blood clot. 262. To dilute sulfuric acid, it is recommended to dilute the acid in water, because the process of diluting the acid is highly exothermic. 263. Mercury, liquid metal 264. Who is treated with the help of rheumatic heart disease aspirin 265. An example of a covalent molecule is carbon tetrachloride. 266. Iron nails are immersed in blue copper sulfate solution. After some time, the iron nails do not dissolve and the reddish-brown surface of the copper settles on the nails. 267. Which chemical is used to keep food grains food items safe? Sodium benzoate 268. Which substance has the most specific heat? Water 269. Which pair makes the terminals of ordinary torch cell? Zinc carbon 270. Which one is used as an antimicrobial for automatic engines? Ethylene glycol 271. What is the main ingredient of Pearl? Only calcium carbonate 272. Under the cement grinding process, the purpose of mixing gypsum in the clincher powder is to reduce the rate of setting. 273. The main feature of a neutron bomb is that when dropped on the city, it will cause damage not to living creatures, but to buildings. 274. What is wood spirit? Methyl alcohol 275. Which process is followed in the production of biodiesel? Transesterification. 6. 276. Which is a property of ammonia? Red litmus in its aqueous solution turns blue. 277. Biodegraded waste can be converted into useful material with the help of bacteria 278. Powder mixture. Which of the following are alloys, which contain mercury? 279. Which of the qualities of nonmetals is commonly found in religion? Brittleness 280. Which are the best fuels in terms of energy saved by the fuel per gram? Hydrogen 281. Which of the evanescent has been found effective in preventing water pollution caused by industrial effluents? Elephant grass 282. Doomfog is formed by the combination of smoke and fog. 283. Steam ember gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen 284. What causes iron to rust? Chemical reaction with oxygen, chemical reaction with CO2 285. Who has to remove the work of sewage treatment churn tank? Oil and fatty substances 286. Chemical substances present in the teeth and bones are calcium phosphate. 287. Hemoglobin has maximum affinity for carbon monoxide 288. There is always a component of an amalgam, mercury 289. Stainless steel often contains about 14% or more, chromium 290. Which chemical used in arts and crafts can cause anemia and leukemia? Benzene 291. What causes heavy metal pollution of water? Paint 292. Yellow spots on citrus leaves are due to the deficiency of magnesium 293. Which main raw material is used for the manufacture of rayon? Cellulose 294. After dissolving 8 grams of NaOH in water and preparing 250 milliliters solution, what will be the molarity of the solution? 0.8295. What is the chemical reaction in which heat is produced? Exothermic reaction 296. The oxidation numbers of chromium in K2Cr2O7 are +6 297. Which acid is used in automobile battery? H2SO4298. Any substance which is capable of affecting the rate of chemical reaction without changing itself is called catalyst. 299. Acid is used to write on glass. Hydrochloric acid. 300. Acid transforms blue litmus to red. 301. Which of the allotropes of carbon is used in cutting and dealing? Diamond. 302. Who emits a radioactive substance? Alpha particle, beta particle, gamma particle. 303. The conversion of solid directly into vapor is called sublimation. 304. Who discovered X-rays? W. Rantagen. 305. Failing solution: ammoniacal copper sulfate. 306. Which alcohols may have the strongest hydrogen bond? Primary. 307. Failing solutions: ammoniacal copper sulfate. 308. An example of a natural polymer compound is cellulose. 309. There are half-cell reactions. CuCu2 ++ 2ee equals -0.34 V. 2Ag ++ 2ee equals -0.80 V. The electrical carrying force of the cell will be 0.46 V. 310. Calcium carbide reacts with water, which hydrocarbon gives acetylene. 311. When natural rubber is heated with sulfur. This process is called vulcanization. 312. The chemical formula of bleach powder is CaO2 313. Loss of an electron from a neutral atom, which process is known as oxidation. 314. Stanley steel prevents corrosion due to chromium. 315. Who gets what by electrolysis of sodium succinate, C2H2 316? Thiosulfate ion is oxidized to I2 with the following: S40-2 317. Number of ions present in K3, Fe, Cn, 6, is, for 318.2 pentanol and 3-pentanol can be differentiated by iodoform reaction. 319. An inert gas that was discovered in the Sun before being discovered on Earth. He 320. Increased use of which gas is responsible for global incubation? Carbon dioxide. 321. The main sources of carbon monoxide are transport. 322. What are synthetic detergents made from? Sodium salt of benzene sulfonic acid. 323. The maximum permissible concentration of total hardness in drinking water is 200-324. Where is pure metal collected during electrical refining? Anode. 325. Most fuels are carbon compounds, with hydrogen. 326. The heat energy obtained from the sun is called the nucleus energy. 327. Reaction is heat dependent, the path through which the maximum product is obtained. 328. Greenhouse gases: CO2, CH4, NO and CFC. 329. How is dark sadder? Prosody. 330. A white solid substance A, on heating, removes a gas, which turns lime water to milky. The remaining material remains yellow in hot state, but turns white when cooled accordingly. What is solid A? Zinc carbonate. 331. Iron and manganese are removed from water by which process? Air mixture. 332. Excess fraction of water absorbed by steps is extracted, transpiration. 333. What are the substances that bring down fever in the condition of high fever? Antipyretic. 334. Sulfuric acid is anisotropic. 335. What is the function of depressurization in the treatment of dirty water? Removal of suspended solids. 336. There are two metal ions that cause hardness in water: calcium, magnesium. 337. Which metals contribute to the biomagnification problem in ecology? Mercury. 338. Elements that are not in nature but can be produced artificially. What is plutonium? 339. What is the process involved in the iron ore? Fermentation process, oxidation. 340. The diagonal is used to change the alternating current into the direct current. 341. Elements having different physical properties but with similar chemical properties are called as allotropes. 342. Hexavalent chromium is strongly present in the exclusion of which tanning houses. 343. Thermal decomposition is the method followed for disposal hazardous waste. 344. Fullerene is a newly discovered crystalline carbon molecule. 60C atom. 345. Maximum moisture content of composting mixture for vermicomposting is 65. 346. The permitted concentrations of residual chlorine in drinking water, in mg/L, are 0.2 347. What is the chemical used to develop photographic films? Hypo. 348. Arsenic pollution, Blackfoot disease. 349. Alcoholic fermentation is made by yeast. 350. Non-metals found in liquid state are bromine. 351. The heaviest element found in nature is uranium. 352. Causes of formation of acid rain. Air pollution. 353. Who determines the chemical properties of an element? Number of electrons. 354. The worst air-polluting substances are carbon monoxide. 355, by which Pilar globosa is used as a biofilter to clean water pollution. Cadmium. 356. Carbohydrate, carbase, whose compounds are carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. 357, by which devices can they be shielded from external magnetic effects. Brass shield. 358. By which reaction amides can be converted into amines. Hoffman. 359. Which processes are not beneficial to prevent iron from rusting. Annealing. 360. Phenolics as pollutants can be extracted from dirty water by using polymer adsorbent. 361. Who is used as the founder in dyeing. Chromium salts. 362. What is the product of equal weight and valency of an element? Molecular weight. 363. Pencil lead. Graphite. 364. Octane numbers are a measure of quality of petrol. 365. Fossil fuels are the source of energy through fermentation to supplement petrol. Ethanol. 366. PVC can be obtained by polymerization. Vinyl chloride. 367. In the refrigerator, cooling is generated by the evaporation of a volatile liquid. 368. Itaiatai disease is caused by poisoning by cadmium. 369. Who gives blue color to glass? Cobalt oxide. 370. What is iodized salt? A mixture of potassium, iodide and ordinary salt. 371. In which base order are the basic elements arranged in the periodic table? Atomic number. 372. A mixture of calcium aluminate and calcium silicate is called cement. 373. Who is considered the pioneer of modern nuclear theory? John Dalton. 374. By what name is chlorofluorocarbon glycerol? 375. In what order are the drilling powers of alpha, beta, and gamma in their descending order? Gamma, beta, alpha. 376. Sodium chloride is commonly known as the common salt. 377. The father of India's nuclear power program was Dr. Homi Bhabha. 378. What is called to heat an ore to a lower temperature than its melting point in the absence of air? Bargen. 379. No solid can change its shape easily in comparison to a liquid, because, in the solid there is strong internal force. 380. Arthur Kornberg was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work on a gene, a polypeptide hypothesis. 381. Which compound has a minimum value for octane number? N-heptane. 382. In what form is the relative humidity expressed? Ratio. 383. According to the special theory of relativity, the mass of a particle in relation to a unit increases with an increase in velocity. 384. Application of zinc coating does not cause rust in iron. This process is called corrosion. 385. Magnetite. Fe3O4. 386. Transfer of water, decomposed and condensed. 387. White phosphorus is generally kept under kerosene. 388. For an automatic process, G is negative. 389. With the help of which the purity of a metal can be determined, the principle of mass conservation. 390. Iron and oxygen molecule, two atoms are bonded by which two bonds. 391.92 U. 238. How many neutrons are in an atom? 146. 392. When placed in it, the volume of the cell increases. Hypersensitivity. 393. Rubber is the product of latex. 394. Formic acid is produced by red ant. 395. According to the kinetic theory of gases, at the absolute zero temperature, the molecules of the gas start the motion. 396. The main use of sulfur is in the manufacture of H2SO4. 397. Greenhouse effect is mainly due to the increase in the atmosphere ozone. CO2. 398. Linear spectrum produced by H2 hydrogen. Molecule. 399. Universal solvents are water. 400. Cryolite. Na3AF6401. What happens in aqua regia? 3 parts of concentrate HCl plus 1 part of concentrate HNO3 Examples of starch are polysaccharide 403. In the periodic table of elements, the radius of an atom is, when moving from left to right in a period, reduced 404. Which metals are used to make aircraft and rockets? Aluminum. 405. Graphite used in nuclear reactor is graphite. 406. What is a commonly used gas in advertising signboards and decorative lights? Chlorine. 407. Who discovered natural radioactivity? Henry Becquerel. 408. Which are the most active metals? Potassium. 409. Which element is found in all organic compounds? Carbon. 410. What is the chemical name of common salt? Sodium chloride. 411. Which gas called marsh gas? Methane. 412. Which is an excellent metal? Silver. 413. Which is responsible for the effect of greenhouse gas on Earth? Carbon dioxide and methane. For 14. Who was the first scientist to make periodic table of multivators? Mendeleev. For 15. C12H22O11 is known as sugar. 416. Solid iodine has a color purplish brown to black. For 17. What happens in an oxidation reaction? There are decreases in electrons. For 18, what are C6H6, benzene? For 19. What is called a cloud of dust between the stars of hydrogen, helium and other ionized gases, nebula? For 20. Which is the first element that was chemically discovered by Hanning-Brandt? Phosphorus? For 21. Which are the four major elements of amino acids, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen? For 22. Galvanization is a process in which a layer of zinc is applied on iron objects to protect it from rusting. For 23. The nucleus of a hydrogen molecule is made up of only one proton. For 24. Sulfur is derived from which language? Latin. For 25. The main organic acids found in grapes are tartaric acid 426. Which can be used to remove permanent hardness of water, sodium carbonate 427. Which oxide of nitrogen is used in chloroform solution? Nitrogen peroxide 428. When milk turns sour, which is produced by lactic acid. For 29, what is the common name for solution of calcium hydroxide, lemonade? For 30. The major part of biogas is methane 431. What is the greenhouse gas called? Laughing gas, nitrous oxide 432. LPG leakage can be easily detected by spreading in air. Ethyl mercaptan 433. LPG is stored in a domestic gas cylinder can be made at any stage. For 34. Antiseptic properties in sabun are found due to the mixture of bithenyl, thapogipivardins. For 35. Which metals form a transparent metal mixture when it is mixed with a metal mercury? For 36. Which of the metals are used in photofilm? Silver. For 37. Air is a mixture of elements and compounds. For 38. The full name of CFC is chlorofluorocarbons. For 39. When two liquids do not dissolve in each other and do not form a solution, what is it called? Immiscible. For 40. In the nucleus denotes atomic number proton. For 41. Which element, which is naturally very toxic in the traditional thermometer, was used? Mercury. For 42. What is the chemical name of chalk? Calcium carbonate. For 43. What are the chemical formulas of ozone? O3. For 44. Sugar in a sugar solution is a dissolved substance. For 45. To provide strength to rubber, to provide maximum elasticity and durability. What is the process of treatment with sulfur and heat? Vulcanization. 446. Is used in refrigeration, chlorofluorocarbon. For 47. Methane is known as marsh gas. For 48. Important elements included in automobile exhaust are lead. For 49. Silicon is used to make microchips. For 50. Malleable shows the properties of metal. For 51. To prevent oil settling due to oxidation at the frying of potato chips, the gas envelopes are filled with which gas? Nitrogen. For 52. What is galvanized iron? Zinc-coated iron. For 53. Who is made of tooth enamel? Calcium phosphate. For 54. Who invented the atom bomb? J. Robert Oppenheimer. For 55. The third period of the modern Arvat table is the most electrically positive element, and the most negative element is sodium, chlorine. For 56. What is the pH value of acid rain? 5.5 or less. For 57. Which acid is mainly incurred? Lactic. For 58. Is one of the states of matter that is obtained by cooling a gas of very low density under extremely low temperature. Bose-Einstein dissolved. For 59. Galvanization is a corrosion-resistant process in which a coating of is used on steel and iron. Zinc. For 60. Which process is used in water purification? Reverse osmosis. 461. The minimum reactive elements of the periodic table are excellent gases. For 62. Which gases are used in hot air balloons? Propane. 463. What is the purity of the minimum thousandth part of sterling silver? 925. 464. Which is used for water purification? EMAL. For 65. What causes the increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere due to excessive use of fossil fuels? Deforestation. Increase in number of vehicles. 466. Which is one of the measures to tackle global warming? Afforestatio. For 67. The presence of chloroform in drinking water supply is a symptom of contamination from human waste. For 68. In which process zinc oxide is formed, which acts as a protection and prevents corrosion? Galvanization. For 69. The presence of chloroform in drinking water supply is characterized by contamination from human waste. For 70. What is found in pure metals in the Earth's crust? Platinum. For 71. Paracetamol is a painkiller. For 72. The process of industrial production of vegetable ghee involves reduction. 473. Oxidation is the process in which electrons are lost. 474. Whose mixture does a marine diver use for breathing oxygen and helium? 475. What is laundry detergent? A mixture of sodium salts of high-fat acids of natural sources. 476. What is the reason for scavengers to produce foam with hard water? Calcium and magnesium salts of sulfonic acid are soluble in water. For 77. What are the samples of air? Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and some inert gases. 478. Edible oils are converted into vegetable ghee by which process? Hydrogenation 479. What are chemically diamonds? Pure carbon 480. When two solutions are called isotonic, they have the same osmotic pressure. For 81. LPG is a mixture of butane and propane. For 82. How enzymes are substances converts complex organic molecules into ordinary substances. For 83. Sometimes it has been observed that when we pour hot milk or water in a glass vessel, it gets cracked. What is the reason for this? Boiled liquids produce more pressure. For 84. What is the absolute zero temperature? Theoretically the lowest possible temperature. For 85. The highest amount of gases in the atmosphere is nitrogen. For 86. The main chemical substances in animal bones and teeth are calcium phosphate. For 87. Gases not present in the sample of normal air are chlorine. For 88. Minimum amount of carbon is in pitched iron. For 89. The acids used in batteries are sulfuric acid. For 90. Acids found in lemons and oranges are citric acid. For 91, the main compounds formed during the fermentation of sugars are ethyl alcohol. For 92, where do we burn wood to make wood coal in the absence of air? 493. Natural rubber is added to it to make it stronger and more stable. Sulfur 494. What is chlorination? Putting a little chlorine in impure water. 495. The gases used to create ammonia are nitrogen and hydrogen. For 96, the purest form of water is tap water. For 97. Chloromycetin is antibacterial. For 98. Chemically sugarcane sugar sucrose. For 99. How many isotopes of hydrogen are? 3 500. How is a saturated solution at a certain temperature unable to dissolve more solid solutes?